Hello there and welcome back to War Thunder. Today's video tries to answer the question, how stupid can the War Thunder community be? And it is perfectly demonstrated by the US LVT A4 ZiS-2. This is a battle rating 2.3 tank destroyer of rank 2, and it was first available in the winter holidays of 2017. And it's a pretty nice tank, I gotta tell you that. But why do I ask the question how stupid the community can be? I mean, look at this. Somebody is willing to pay 100 gaijin coins up front, and 750 gaijin coins is the lowest offer, because after the event this vehicle was only available again in loot boxes and the drop rate seems to be really low. So when it comes to there being little to no offer but seemingly high demand, you get those stupid prices. Very often gaijin gets criticized for being absolutely greedy and willing to sacrifice the health of the game for the short-term gain, and that is true, but the community very often is not really acting any better. And there is a very interesting subculture growing for quite some years when it comes to the War Thunder marketplace, and ever since gaijin has introduced a lot of the reward events as vouchers, people are playing the battle passes and the events to get the vouchers in order to sell them later down the line. I mean, whoever saw it coming that the IS-7 would become that valuable? Same with the 100. I made a video where it was on sale for $1,800, and apparently it has been sold. Some tanks for even higher prices. It's ridiculous. And now we have something at very low battle rating that is absolutely monstrosity stupid to purchase for that price. First of all, this is not a premium, okay? That's point number one. It doesn't really generate in any way, shape or form huge amounts of civilians, even if you have many battles, because gaijin economy. I mean, look at the current economy changes, what a disaster they are. And then you have to say, well, I want that vehicle, I want that hull. Well, there is one in the American tech tree. It's the Reserve LVT A1. Yes, it has a different gun. So, do you want the gun? Well, there is the ZiS-30 in the USSR tech tree, not a premium, in the tech tree, and you get it then also on a T-34 and the ZSU-57 too, etc. And if you want to have exactly the same tank, you have it in the Chinese tech tree for free. So why is it $750 gaijin coins, whatever? It just makes no sense. It absolutely makes no sense. By the way, then there is also a premium, the LVT A4 with a 75mm M2 howitzer. It's just mind-boggling. I can't wrap my head around the greed and the stupidity at the same time in the War Thunder community at times. Again, not everybody's guilty of this, but more than enough to make this profitable for gaijin. Now, how does gaijin profit from this being so expensive? Well, two things. First of all, they will sell the loot boxes, where you have then a low chance of it dropping, and you very often see the results of the huge wins in the lottery, right? People are sharing this, but people very often are not willing to share all the dozens of loot boxes and keys that they bought with where they got a worthless skin or a decal, whatever, right? So gaijin is earning a lot of money with that. And then when the tank gets sold again and somebody is asking 750 gaijin coins for that, it's much less that he actually gets, because there is a tax of 15%. So that gives gaijin from that transaction alone over 112 gaijin coins. So 750 you ask, but you get only 637, something like this. Still a lot of money, but it's just transactions like this that make it worthwhile to keep the amount of them really low, because what gaijin earns from 3 to 4 gaijin coin reward vehicles isn't that much. And when they can get with one transaction over 112 gaijin coins, I mean, that's 2 full price premiums. Just saying. Imagine what you can get for $750. But that's enough of the price that just absolutely blows my mind. Let's talk about the tank itself. So let's start with the armor. It's a 1/4 of an inch, 6.35 millimeters all around. Then it's open topped. The turret has 1/2 an inch. No, it's actually an inch with 25.4 millimeters. The gun shield on the front is only 5 millimeters, so with a light machine gun you can even snipe the gunner of this tank from the front. And as I said, open topped. Really vulnerable to overpressure with high explosive shells or heat shells, as you saw with the first kill on me. And then there is the survivability, which is surprisingly good because you have 5 crew members, 2 are in the front, additionally protected by the transmission, and then the rest of the guys are sitting really high with a big gap between them and the ammo rack, which also sits very low and very much in the rear of the tank. And there is just huge areas where there is nothing, and then you finally see where APHE overpans, where the fuse doesn't activate, or even if it, small bursting charges don't do the job, and that gun will kill. Then there is also the mobility. Top speed 40 kilometers per hour, 5 in reverse, 250 horsepower, propel the 18.3 tons, but the tracks are not really that great, but it's due to it being also amphibious. And yeah, that leaves us with a horsepower of, I think it's around 13 horsepower per tons. Yeah. So then we come to the firepower. We have a hull mounted light machine gun and then the mighty ZiS-2 cannon with 76 rounds of ammunition. Reload is 6.7 seconds at best with an ace crew. Then you have -5 degrees of gun depression, 15 degrees of elevation, and 25 degrees to each side of firing arc, so a whole 50 degrees to the front. That's okay, but the tank is very tall as well, so this is where stupid situations can occur, where somebody just goes that literally below your gun. And then we come to the ammunition, because this might be one of the very few US tanks that has APHE BC as the Soviet super special magic shell. And in this case, it's the stock, quote-unquote stock, BR-271 APHE BC round with 990 meters per second muzzle velocity and 145 millimeters of penetration with a bursting charge of just under 22 grams. It's a one-shot machine and it's surprisingly good versus angled armor. You can forget the BR-271K, bit more bursting charge, also same penetration, same muzzle velocity, but it's not an APHE BC round. And the high explosive shell, well, it's not that special, 700 meters per second muzzle velocity and 5 millimeters of penetration. This is what you get for 750 gaijin coins, or for free in the Chinese tech tree. So is your hatred for the Chinese tech tree really that much worth? Let's find out. I mean, it's pure comedy gold. I mean, let's figure this out when we have then at some point another look at the marketplace, because that never stops to amaze me. Anyway, it's a fine tank. I actually like it, and yeah, I have it. It's cool, but I do not really play it that often because there is just so much to play in War Thunder. And with having said that, just be aware what you spend your money on in War Thunder, because a lot of this are rip-offs, stuff that later gets nerfed and then being kind of worthless. It's just a bunch of pixels. Just imagine how many games you can buy for $750, euros, gaijin coins, whatever. Well, not gaijin coins, but you know what I mean. And that's actually it for me today. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. please give this video a like with it. For you it's just a click, for me it means the world. Subscribe and hit the bell if you want to see more, and if you want to support the channel. And as usual, we'll see each other on the waves, in the skies, and on the battlefields of War Thunder.